There was a couple of things that I wanted to start this review videos that recommendations video that I do. Um, as I watched through the Banshees of Inisherin. But now I'm just going to start by sort of satisfying your curiosity. The Banshees of Inisherin, I guess so, is a song that one of the characters write in the movie of the same name. Um, and we never get to hear it, as far as I can tell. I don't know if it's a famous Irish song or an old Irish song, but as far as I can tell, it's just a made-up song. So that should get you. That's what this is. That's what the title is. Another opening I thought of was that I would start by saying, "Oh wow, another movie that I had a emotional connection with." Um, as the Banshees of Inisherin is about a guy that basically tells another guy to never talk to him again, and I had an experience something like that. But the emotional connection can only last to a point. So, a third way of opening these videos that I thought could be funny was actually to mention um, that there's a donkey in it. There's a cute little donkey called Jenny, and she has like a bell and a bow. Um, but as the movie goes on, things get weird, things get sad, and now I don't want to mention Jenny. Even though I enjoyed the scenes with the little donkey, and she sometimes tries to sneak inside the house at night. That's a lot of, yeah. I had, I like animals, so it was nice with Jenny. If you are going to watch the Banshees of Inisherin, I might suggest that you put subtitles on. I'm not a native English speaker. Maybe you pick that up. But I like to think that I'm proficient. But here we're going full Irish. Like this is even worse than when I watched Belfast. So it was nice to have. And Belfast wasn't even worse. It was just people saying, "You want a we lie down or we chat or something like it." It's a lot worse in the Banshees of Inisherin. So to expand a bit on what's going on, even though yeah, I won't go any spoilers and something, or I try not to. Um, at some point, an older man called Calm, just wants to write his song. The titular, that was apparently a weird word to say, the titular Banshees of Inisherin. So he does not want to talk to his friend Parik, I think it's what it's pronounced. There's a lot of, yeah, Irish names in here. So he doesn't want to. Usually he hangs out with Parik. There's not a lot going on the little island of Inisherin. And it's also set in somewhere around 1920, think 29. I'm not usually that good of remembering those sort of histories. So there's like a civil war literally in the background. I think it is a civil war. It's not mentioned much. They just, uh, hear fighting sometimes. So Calm, he plays violin, or maybe you should say fiddle, and he wants to work on this song, so he doesn't want to hang out with Parik anymore. And instead of being like sensible about it, or dare I say mature, he just goes full ignore mode on Parik from what we can presume from one day to another, based on how Parik's reacting to the whole thing. The movie is well written enough that we actually don't know if that's true. Um, but it doesn't really matter because then we get introduced to the rest of the island and or get to the environment. But it also then goes into surreal territory. Uh, and it becomes hard to follow. Not the plot lines or the action, because the movie's slow. It's damn right, damn right. No, it's downright. It's downright long and boring. Uh, but it becomes hard to follow emotionally and engage with and saying yes, this makes sense. This is how adults talk. I mean, I wasn't an adult in Ireland, in the remote parts of Ireland in the 1920s. But I'm sitting here in 2023, and it's difficult to follow the emotional journey that the characters go on. Not as much Powrick. As I said, I had that experience before, but calm and then the way he does things, and yeah, I lost interest many times as I watched this movie. Um, that's not a good thing, but it was just very long, drawn out, even for 2 hours. As per usual, when a movie is 2 hours long, you can ask, I certainly do, if there's something that could be, cut out um, to make the thing flow a lot more. Like some movies, I think like The Dark Knight, but I know that's like top tier, let's say, quality for some. I mean, all movies are subjective, I guess. But I've had movies where I don't realize that 2 hours has passed. It's been a while since I had that, and I miss it. My sister has it with all the Star Wars movies except I think Han Solo, but where she just get lost and doesn't realize time's flying. Oh, I felt time flying, time crawling by when watching the Banshees of Inisherin. Um, there is a lot that could be cut out. It's not like you say everything has to be high action and move from place to place. It's not what I mean, but it just drags because there's a lot of time between people talking, and they talk, and it gets to that thing. It does flesh out the community, but I didn't feel like um, the more time that I spent wasn't worth getting the, let's say, environment, the setting, the characters fleshed out. Like the worst example of this is probably the Zack Snyder Justice League. Like, did the extra 2 hours make it any better? Um, Occasionally there's brilliant writing, like with some of the dialogue or some of the scenes. Like Parsnick said, it's almost 2 o'clock, and then a clock strikes 2. Stuff like that, I found was great. I can see the craftsmanship here. I maybe I can understand why Colin Farrell was nominated for male actor, what it's called, the Oscar. It's just weird for me to say there wasn't. Is there much acting? I don't know. I mean, he's Irish. He was playing an Irish guy, but maybe if I believed him, it's weird. Coming back to believe, it's weird to. It was weird to me to believe in the movie. Yeah, because of the places that it went. um, so, if you are very curious about this movie, of course, go watch it. It's 2 hours. It's some of the shortest. Yeah, I mean, it's only 2 hours, and you'll have watched a movie. You gain some experience. You'll have an experience. I'm not a role-playing character. You get some art. That's fine. I just think that they're better movies. So it's. I'm not really recommending the Banshee of Inisherin. Depends on if you're like a more mature, let's say that, more mature in your movie taste. You probably call them films. I'm rambling, which I accused the movie of. I thought it was long and boring. It had occasional brilliance. I mean, it's not bad. It's just long and boring, and I'm having a difficult time recommending it. So proceed with cautious, I suppose, is gonna be my judgment, final warning of this. Yeah, final warning is if you're risking things. Back to rambling again, sorry about that. Uh, Thank you for stopping by today.